Welcome back to South by Southwest Interactive. I'm Kimberly Dykman, and we are in downtown Austin, Web2Point0tv, coming at you with some great people in the interactive world. And no different, we've got Alton Martin. I love the name. COPC, and I'm going to let you break it down for folks because you do something that's a little bit different than everyone else that we've been talking to, from SEO to social media. So fill us in, please.
Well, COPC, we are a consulting company. It stands for Customer Operations Performance Center. And all our clients run call centers or contact centers or BPO operations, depending on what you want to call them. And we're in the business of helping our clients do a better job for their customers.
Okay. So this is something that you've had this business for going into a dozen years, and I can only imagine that the growth cycle's been crazy.
It's been pretty nuts. So we have about 100 people scattered around the world. We have offices in 11 countries. And even though we're relatively small, our people are truly global. So you come with a passport and a lot of visas, and you get on planes and you go wherever the work is. So almost everyone in the company's worked in multiple countries. Our clients are international clients, and that's one of the reasons they work with us.
Now, you help these call centers just perform better. So you can help them from soup to nuts, from maybe the initial breaking ground and establishing them, the problems that they're having, to the point where they need help just operating it.
Yeah, let's just pick a client. We'll put a name and a face together. Okay,
let's do that.
Apple Computer.
Okay, we know them. Sure.
You know them, right? So we've worked with Apple for about 8 or 9 years on a variety of initiatives, everything from training their frontline staff to helping them pick better third-party providers to expand their network. We have reviewed all their contracts that they have with their vendors. We give them benchmark performance metrics on things like resolution rates and accuracy rates, so they know that their centers are running very, very well. And it's been a great relationship. And in fact, one of their directors of international sourcing is an ex-employee of ours, so we have this kind of go back and forth with a lot of clients. It's like all industries when you're in it, this small, and you get to know a lot of the players.
Yeah, definitely. So what are some of the challenges that you've faced with the growth that's happened in the call center arena, and what are some of the things that you actually kind of predicted you were going to have to deal with anyway, and you've been ahead of the curve?
Well, obviously, outsourcing, things going offshore in the U.S. is a big issue. It's a big issue in Europe as well. And our belief is if you're going to do it, you got to do it right.
Yeah.
There is a right way and a wrong way to do it. So we spend a fair amount of time with clients working on that. I'd say that one of the big challenges is the appropriate adoption of technology.
Okay.
So how do you know what's the right technology to apply? And as much as people would like to outsource the human element in a call center, you can't get away from it. There's still lots of people involved. So how do you strike that balance between the cost of a labor-intensive operation and the advantages technology brings, and you don't maybe get too far ahead of the curve on the technology piece?
Why do you think that the personal touch, so to speak, is still so essential? I mean, it sounds silly, but a lot of folks are just, I don't want to have to deal with a person.
Yeah.
And that almost balances out the people that say, I don't want something automated. So why do you feel that personal touch still, as maybe not so cost effective as it may appear, is still, in the 21st century, still something we got to do?
It's kind of funny. I think we're coming at it both ends against the middle. So if you have a self-service technology that works really well, and I'll use one a lot of people in the States know, Southwest Airlines.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to go into their website, make a booking,
You got it.
show up, print off your boarding pass, and you're done until something goes wrong. And anytime things go wrong, people don't like the technology solution. They want to get to a person. They want to get to someone relatively quickly who's competent, and the first person they get to should be the person who can fix the problem. So when it comes to service recovery, it's got to be based on people. You can't base it on technology. And if you make a mistake in that, there's a huge forum out there for people to complain, and they'll complain vigorously and quickly. Case point, woman got stuck here on an airline in Austin about a year ago in a snowstorm, and next thing you know, 6 weeks later, she's testifying before Congress because she raised so much cane about the airlines. She was on the plane for 6 hours at the gate, and they wouldn't let her off, and she raised a lot of sand on the internet and
Right.
blog sites, and so disgruntled customer today has a lot of options,
Right.
and they can move pretty fast.
So we're trying to avoid that by keeping that personal touch, I guess you're saying.
Yeah. So if they just kind of do the right thing, do it quickly, I think you can quiesce a lot. There's been a lot of studies that have shown the most satisfied, loyal customers are not ones who've never had a problem. Mm-hmm. They're the ones who had a problem that it
Right.
got fixed quickly into their satisfaction,
Right.
and they're actually more loyal.
And they're the ones that are saying thank you at the end,
Yeah,
even though they were the one that called the issue.
Exactly.
Isn't that interesting? What do you see? What's going to be coming down the line for you? I mean, obviously there's some tried and true formulas that you've followed to be able to keep expanding and to provide fabulous service to your clients. What is around the corner for you? Maybe by the end of 2008, or we're talking 9 or 10, 2009 or 2010?
No, we have a plan to fundamentally double the revenues of our business in the next 3 to 4 years. And one of the linchpins of that is we're actually going to be adopting some key technology that ProAce is building for us. So we
know that company.
we know those guys. And it's going to be a way to make our client relationships stickier, so that our clients are getting more value add on a continuous basis. Consulting tends to be episodic, and we want to be, I think the term we're going to use is we want to be irreplaceable. We want to be very, very sticky to the clients.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. So what do you love doing each day because of your title at work? I'm the CEO of this company, and I love to...
Well, actually, I love the client engagements.
Yeah.
We are very, very client-focused. All the partners, there's 3 partners, and we pride ourselves on that you get partner-led delivery. If you don't get a partner doing managing your project, we're managing the managers. We have pretty high billability targets for all the executive staff. So it's actually the client work that is really enthralling. And right now, with our growth, it's becoming a stage 3 company. So how do you install a structured, formalized management system and not lose the personal touch?
Right.
You know, it's an open door.
Right.
You know, I travel with these folks. When you're doing the work, there's no badges, there's no rank.
Right.
I work for people who are associate level staff on projects,
Right.
and yet I'm the CEO and have to make the policy decisions and that. So that's a lot of fun doing that.
Well, you light up when you talk about it, so obviously you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's nice to see that, with all the tools and the applications and the benefits we can get from Web 2.0, obviously you guys are benefiting from that, and that's helping your growth. But it still comes down to some of the fundamentals. People are still going to use their phone. They're still going to want to talk to a human being.
Yep.
And you're honoring that, respecting that, and obviously profiting from it in the best way possible.
Yeah, and they're using all kinds of other technologies too. Outside the U.S., SMS is huge, much bigger than in the U.S.
It's not even mentioned.
It's not even
anymore,
mentioned here. So if you go to India, for instance, and you have a problem with your cell phone, you can get tech support. You can do billing. People get messages. Your tickets are ready. If you're in Japan, you go to a 7-Eleven, you pay for your goods with your cell phone. Just swipe it like
Really?
a card. So when you go around the world and you see these different technologies, you realize the U.S. is a great place, but we maybe not be leading edge everything. So I think we're going to see a lot more adaptive use of technologies come in, and at the end of the day, you've got to run those processes right. You've got to staff them with well-trained people. You've got to have a purpose to your business, and that's what we're there for. Help all that line up, do the right thing.
Thank you so much for taking the time, Alton. I really appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
COPC.
Thank you.
We'll put a little jingle together for you. Are you
Hey,
staying for the
thanks.
rest of the song?